Hey guys, it's your girl Kariana with Alto, and today we have a very, very special guest all the way from New York. She has a Theatre World Award winner, two-time Drama League Award winner, Ana Villafañe.
Hi, qué rico.
Thank you so much for blessing us with your presence. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm
How
so
are you
excited to meet you in
feeling?
real life.
I know, it's like no more social media.
I
This
know,
is real
seriously.
life.
I'm like, I see the content and I'm like, I need to be friends with her now.
I love this. I'm here
Yes,
for it.
exactly.
I'm here for it.
Soft launch.
Yeah, this is, baby steps. After this, be ready to be sick of us.
Exactly.
How are you finding London? Because you're coming from New York to London. How is it?
I mean, it's different, and yet I do feel a similar energy, at least, very, very much city, city, city. I'm such a city girl. I was raised in Miami. I went to school in LA, did college over there, and then I've been in New York now for 10 years. So it's, I need city.
Mhm.
And so the tube, it's all familiar, just different,
Okay.
and so I find myself just kind of wandering a lot and
Love
getting lost
that.
places, and just I love walking places because I get to then discover more. So even if it takes an hour and a half, I'd rather do that, and just to kind of get familiar with where I'm standing. But it's amazing.
What's been your favorite thing about London so far? I know you've only been here for a few months, but
Literally.
do you have a favorite thing about London so far?
I think the possibilities. I know that that's kind of a vague answer, kind of woo-woo, but I do, I'm here for work, so I see my apartment, I see the gym, I see the river because I'm a runner, so I go
Love
and run
that.
on the river and it's gorgeous, and I see the theater. So I'm excited for the possibilities of now getting to explore. Now that we're open,
Okay.
now that I've been here for 4 months, I kind of understand where I'm situated. And so now is the fun part. Now I get to play.
I love that, which you
Yeah.
deserve,
Thank
because you've been
you.
working so hard.
Not no. Not no.
That's true.
Yes, can confirm.
What's one thing that New York does better than London?
I mean, I will say New York is very diverse. So I
Okay.
do feel a little bit more ingrained in my culture. I think I also moved to New York in the context of doing a Broadway show with an all Latin cast.
Yes.
So it's, a little bit different in that way.
Yeah.
But the one thing that New York does better is it's just a little faster pace.
Okay.
So I have to learn now to kind of
Take it back a little bit.
Yeah,
That's
not
so
too much,
interesting.
but just enough. Yeah, New York has a certain hustle, a certain chispa that I'm kind of used
encanta.
to. Yeah.
Yo diría que Londres is como super busy, so it's so interesting to hear that, bitch, there's busy out
I know.
there.
Yeah, no, I feel like this is so relaxed, and everyone's
Oh.
really calm. Is, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah.
Vea pues.
I am. Thanks for asking. Whereas New York, it's get out of the way.
That's
Get out of
so
the way. I'm going somewhere and I have to be there on
interesting.
time. Yeah.
So what's one advice you'd give to a Londoner who's going to New York?
Be prepared. Buckle up, buttercup. It is just she's fast. New York is faster for sure. For
That's
sure.
so
But it's nice to have the
interesting.
city element and everything that London has to offer, absolutely equal to New York, with a little bit more of a sense of calm. I think my nervous system had to adjust those first couple of weeks. I was like, what is
pues.
happening?
So you guys aren't moving fast enough.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It was almost weird. But then I think there's a healthy balance that exists somewhere in the middle.
Interesting. And now, mentioning why you are here in London, you're playing Gloria. No, you've played previously Gloria Estevan on Your
Yes.
Feet on Broadway.
Correct.
Now you're Ava Gardner for the
Yes.
Sinatra show.
I know.
And you've been on The Heights as well, isn't
I
it?
did do In the Heights,
That's
yes.
so cool. Is there another real life icon a role you'd like to do? Is there one on your list that you're like, me encantaría hacer este?
I mean, I'm listening to Rita Moreno's memoir right now, actually, spoken by her, just because she was a contemporary of Ava Gardner. And so, one of my ways in mentally is through Rita Moreno. And I mean, that's a biopic waiting to happen. Call me. She actually sent me
Putting
a
it out
video the
there.
other night, and I started crying in my dressing room because we have a very, very good friend in common, a showrunner that we've both worked with, Gloria Calderon-Kellett, who's Cuban and who put me in my first TV show. And so Rita Moreno starred in One Day at a Time for Gloria Calderon-Kellett. So Gloria and Rita were at lunch or dinner in LA and they sent me a video together, and I like get off stage and I'm, taking the wig off, whatever, and getting back to Anna after the show. This was like on a random Tuesday, mind you. And I get this video of this icon, EGOT goddess, and she was just per usual incredible. And she's seen me perform live a few times. So it's just really, really wild to exist in a timeline where Rita Moreno even knows who I am, let alone that what jobs I'm doing and when and where is absolutely insane to me.
It's
like little Anna is kind of freaking out about that.
It's because you're so good at what you do.
Oh, thank you.
Flowers need to be given when they are due.
Thank you.
So that's super cool. Maybe manifestation.
Right?
Happen.
I'm like, Rita, call me. Like, I'm right here.
It seems like you've got some foundations already in place. Now we just need to start building on them.
I know. I think I'm just. It's so weird because I wouldn't have ever imagined my career. Well, I wouldn't even have imagined really like having the career that I have, but I feel like I'm like collecting all these incredible women that I've gotten to play.
Extremely iconic.
Yeah, so
very
it's like
iconic.
Gloria, AOC, Alina Fernandez, and then now Ava. Like there's all it's and there's this common thread of this kind of like badass like spirit driving force, these like really, really powerful women. And I think I had to come to a point with myself and be like, maybe it's not by accident anymore. Maybe there's some inherent thing or sauce that I have that I can, that I can tell these stories. And so that's been kind of incredible. And every single day, even when I'm getting on stage, making my entrance, my character comes in and is like carried by all these men, and like
me encanta. That's so
sí, es un momento como diferente.
La patrona llegó,
exactly.
Basically. Llegó la patrona.
Exactly. And it's just like plot twist, like, oh, you thought you were seated for this one musical, but now allow me to shift the entire alchemy of this building. And every single time I'm standing there, I'm stage right, and I'm standing in the wings, and I'm in this gorgeous green dress, and the music is about to shift, and the lights are all about to shift, and it's just me walking on stage by myself. And it's just like, and I put myself in this headspace, and I'm like, I get to happen now. Like, it's not, a lot of times I think dramaturgically things are happening to characters. I happen to the story, which is really cool.
Is you putting your sazon on the character. And I feel like that's probably what people see and feel. And that's why you have these roles of such iconic, powerful women. It's not, like you said, it's not an accident anymore.
Yeah,
this is what you emit. This is the vibe that you're transmuting to the people.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, I love that. So what did you want to be when you were younger? Because you were like, you didn't imagine this for you as your career. So what did you want to do when you were young?
When I was really, really little, I loved painting.
Okay.
So that was
creative.
Kind of, yes, that was very much the gateway. And that was really the only, that and like maybe being a veterinarian. I also loved animals. So like those were like the only two like jobs I thought of ever. But in 4th grade, I did my first professional musical.
Okay.
And my entire school.
That's so young.
I know.
That's so young.
I know. I started singing when I was 7. So cut to I'm 9, and I do this musical, and my entire school did a field trip to come see the musical.
Aww.
And I know. And my friend Daniela Paez, who now works at Netflix, mind you, and we're like still friends.
Love that.
She was like, afterwards, she was like, oh my gosh, we like saw you on stage, blah, blah. And I remember having this conversation and something kind of switching in my mind. And I was like, wait, this feeling, I can, like, I want this forever and ever and ever and ever. And it was just kind of, that was it, to be honest with you. Like, I was in 4th grade, and
from there you knew.
From there I knew, yeah. And then I started making decisions, because that's the thing. It's not arbitrary. Like, this business is really random. There's no formula. It's not like, okay, you go to school and you do the things and then you become a doctor.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
You know, there's no linear way to get there. And so I started making decisions from that point really young that were, I didn't realize at the time, but prioritizing whether it was a career or not, I think that came a little later, but like
Mm.
prioritizing for sure the shows that I was doing. My grades were always better when I was doing a musical, which was really random. And like I
Nice.
was at my best when I was performing. And so that was kind of like the shift is I was like, oh, I
It's
like
the
when people looking,
affirmation.
yeah, I like when I feel people looking at me for this rather than all the things
Mm.
that made me feel weird and like insecure as a kid, like
Yeah.
as normal.
As you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I wasn't like the hot girl. I was cute, but I wasn't
Girl, you
like,
fucking gorgeous.
thank you. But I was, there was always like that girl.
Yeah.
I was not her. She was not me. And I was more like the personality hire. I was friends with all the boys. I
Mhm.
was a tomboy. I was very much like, I mean, hello, I talk
Yeah,
a lot.
but I love that. We love this. Personality, I think, stumps beauty,
Well,
personally. Because you can be beautiful and have no personality. The beauty no longer has value.
it's so crazy. I'll see like a gorgeous person, and if they have mean girl energy,
You're not beautiful
I'm like,
anymore.
oh, well, you know
Yeah.
what? Actually, now in this light, I don't like your face.
Yeah.
You maybe have cute clothes,
But the rest,
that's it.
no, honey.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
agree. That's so sweet, though. Like,
Yeah.
you seem very disciplined from a young age. It's like you knew what you wanted and you've gone for it, which sounds incredible. It's very inspiring.
Thanks. I will say discipline is definitely, I think I'm stubborn, if I'm honest. That's
Latina.
the T. Exactly. The T
Latina.
is I'm stubborn and tell me I can't. Tell me I can't because
I'll
that's
show you.
exactly what I'll do.
No, seguro que no.
Exacto.
Se verá.
Sí o sí.
Literally, it's like, try me.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
It's giving very Latina energy. I'm very Latina coded.
Siempre.
How do you prepare for a show? Do you have any pre-show rituals? Is there anything that you do to get you in the headspace or vocally?
Oh, yes. A lot of things. A lot of things. There's a lot of resting my voice, which for me is the hardest part.
It's like, what do you mean I can't talk?
Keeping me silent is awful. Thankfully I use my phone or I'll use a whiteboard or whatever I need to do. But I don't speak in the mornings until I've worked out. So that's number one, because then like the engine is running and then everything's a little more in alignment and whatever. So that's number one. I'm really rigorous about vocal warm-ups. Shout out to Liz Kaplan, my voice coach in New York, who I never speak to or see, but I have recordings of our training sessions in New York. And so I listen to them.
Very
Yes.
handy.
So I hear her voice every single day. And then, diet for sure comes into play.
Okay.
I think honestly singing is like 90% water and
Really?
like sleep. Yes.
That's so interesting
Yes,
to know.
100%. Like being super hydrated, which then helps with the skin. It helps with everything,
Facts.
you know?
That's so true.
Yeah. So sleep and hydrating is like top tier. And then I do have this one thing that Gloria does, Gloria Stefan. When I was playing her, I was 24 when I got that part, and I asked her immediately. I was like, "Is there anything that you do before concerts?" Because a lot of the show, some of it was performing through the narrative of the musical, and some of it was performing in concert. And how do you perform as this like iconic cultural sensation that is a worldwide icon? And so I needed a little trick, and she was like, "Okay, so before every concert, I outstretch my arms in a T, and I breathe 10 times, opening my chakras to that exact audience, to whatever they need, because it's not about me. It's about whatever they need in that exact performance." And so I started doing that, and your hands have to be forward toward the public, right?
Okay.
So I started doing that backstage, like, there's the curtain, the house is already full, and I would do that backstage, and energetically, I'm trying to give whatever they need. 10 deep breaths, open the chakras, and let's go. And weirdly, because that was my first Broadway audition and consequently my first big job and changed my entire life, I now do that for every role. So Gloria Stefan's trick to do concerts is now Anna's
Ritual.
backstage ritual to do
That.
any character. And I do it on set as well, which I'll just direct the hands to the camera because whatever the I don't know, but somewhere in there,
I get it.
The machine of it all is gonna take that energy.
Everything is energy in life.
Amén,
So
con aleluya.
sí, no, es verdad.
Sí.
But that is so interesting. I'm
El
very deep
truquito de
on
Gloria.
the energetic
Oh, yeah.
fields.
Me
Because
too.
everything is energy.
Oh, 100%.
Literally. Motion is energy, emotion.
Yeah.
So
And it transfers and you get back what you put out and all the things.
that's super deep and spiritual.
I
I
know.
love that so much.
Yeah, every day, girl.
That's
And
a
there I
very
am
good
looking
one.
crazy here in London, backstage
No,
on the
mi
West
amor.
End, and I'm here like,
Little
and these
do
people
you
are probably
know.
like, what is she doing? And it's every show. And if there's 2 shows, it happens twice. Like, do
Tranquila,
not
mi
come
amor.
between me and my ritual.
Yo sé lo que estoy haciendo. Tú
Exacto.
tranqui, tú quédate tú tranqui, mami, no te preocupes.
Exacto.
I love that. No, I think I might have to do that as well, maybe before an interview.
Listen.
Maybe before I'm hosting. That sounds very
if it
grounding.
works, it works. It is.
It's very grounding, which sounds right up my street, I must say. What has been your favorite Ava moment in the Sinatra show that you're doing right now?
Okay, so there's a moment where we're having an argument where I am breaking up with him in Act 1, not to be confused with when I break up with him in Act 2.
She's like, typical
Spoiler alert.
love story.
Right, exactly. And when we first meet in the musical, I lay out some rules, and I'm like, aquí no, señor. Todo lo que tú traes con otras mujeres, okay, allá ellas, pero aquí no. And I set those boundaries, and a couple scenes later, he starts testing it.
Ay, papito.
I know, el pobre. And so he gets aggressive and he breaks something.
Ay.
And so, calmadita, I break something too. And it's always the best. And yesterday, actually, in the matinee, there was a woman in like the first couple of rows, and as soon as it's a glass.
Yeah.
Again, spoiler alert, but it's a glass cup, and as soon as I throw the glass and smash it everywhere, and I'm very calm about it, and I almost smile a little bit with my eyes when I say my next line, I heard a woman in like the first 3 rows go, "Yes," and I was like, "There's a baddie in the 3rd row, and she gets it." She gets it. You know what I mean? So that's Ava. I think the beauty of Ava is that she holds him accountable. He is very much doing his thing throughout the entire show, and you see him being allowed to do his thing as a man. I think we're so desensitized to seeing toxic masculinity.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
And so Ava comes along, and she's like, gorgeous, and she's like, not here, sir.
No.
And serves it back. And so I think that's very refreshing, especially because it is a show about Frank Sinatra. And it is very much a show, produced by the Sinatra estate, produced by Universal Music, which owns his repertoire, which is the most famous, incredible repertoire in the world, right? And this woman was very brave and very ahead of her time, because this all takes place between the 40s and 50s.
To put a man in his place in those times is like, uy, estás como arriesgada, like, que va a salir de aquí.
Pero ella tenía un poder y she had an agency about her. And so that's I think my favorite. And that moment with the glass is very fun.
It's like, aquí no.
Exactly. And the audience always reacts. It's great. It's great. It's great.
I can imagine, even I'd be like, yes, queen, you
exactly.
tell him about himself.
Exactly. And it's awesome because Joel Harper Jackson, who plays Frank, understands that. Like, he's not in a fantasy world where he's playing this like perfect man. He understands that the character is deeply flawed, and he's not afraid to go there. So he gets really aggressive. So that then it really, really elevates, and it's like simmering.
Why is it giving telenovela? The way you're describing it, I'm like, Dios mío, que van a pelear? ¿Qué va a pasar aquí?
Wait, you're so right. That's hilarious. I hadn't thought about that.
Smashing it, and he's like, sí, me voy a poner más agresivo.
Exacto.
No. I'm like, ¿qué va a pasar?
Yes. Oh my God. I have to say, right now, what's going through my head is the theme song of Luz Clarita. Do you remember Luz Clarita?
Yes. And you're like,
the 90s. Oh my God. I was obsessed. So good.
I feel like we can learn a thing from Ava now.
We sure can.
Men need to take accountability. It's 2026. If they've been preaching it since the 50s.
Amen.
Like, hello guys, come on now. If you could spend a week with either Frank Sinatra or Ava, who are you spending that week with?
Oof. Wow. I would spend a week with Ava for sure. I would spend a week with Ava. She had stories upon stories upon stories upon stories. I've done a lot of research on this woman.
I can imagine.
She also lived here in London.
Really?
And she died here in London.
I didn't know
she had an
that.
apartment in Knightsbridge. I of course went and journaled and like cried.
So there's a lot of like back stuff that you do before getting a role. Like you really immerse yourself into all of it.
I think that the more I know in terms of details, in terms of facts, in terms of tangible evidence about a person, the more that then I can play because I know the parameters. Because then I'm not rigid. I'm not one of those people who like reads the lines the same exact way day after day. Siempre tiene que tener como algo de sorpresa.
Claro.
Y también cada energía de cada público y también del elenco, from my co-stars, like every given day, we all have like different things going on. The weather, you know, like so many. Like even recently, the World Cup. I mean, opening a show.
Yes, I can imagine.
Opening a show in London during the World Cup, like given the status of the games, that would affect the audience.
Claro.
So you feel that. You know, because it's all like one giant conversation and you have to feed off the energy of the house in order to do the story. So for me, all of the work goes before you even get on stage, before you even, you know, learn the songs, because anybody can just learn the songs and say the words and look cute in a dress.
That's so true.
You know, I think like the depth of it is who was this person? Oh, girl, I went okay. Ava Gardner was born in like the random parts of North Carolina.
Yes.
And she was very, very poor. And she grew up in this area that was like kind of out there in like the farmlands.
Okay.
So I like drove there, like rented a car. Yes.
We love the dedication.
Fully went to where she was born, like found the exact where the house would have been. The house was torn down, but now it's a field of sunflowers.
Beautiful.
Insane.
Gorgeous.
So I was like, wait, this is a sign. So now I have to keep sunflowers in my dressing room. I get fresh sunflowers every Tuesday.
I'm actually obsessed with how intentional you are with everything. I feel like that's so cool.
I mean, the thing is, she was in a period of time that was really dark, and she was involved in a system that's really misogynistic, which was, I mean, it still is, but
I was actually going to say it has much.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, but it was worse.
Yeah.
The Hollywood system and the studio system really treated these girls pretty poorly, and everybody across the board. You know, Rita Moreno with her memoir right now, which is wild. Judy Garland, all the starlets were treated very similarly, and they were controlled by these guys, and we name it in the show, and Ava talks about it openly to Frank because the rules didn't apply to Frank because he was a man. The rules applied to Ava.
Of course, she's a woman,
right? So it's really, really refreshing to have a script that actually names that. So anyway, so when I saw the sunflowers in North Carolina, I was like, this is so interesting because sunflowers find the sun. You know, so if you're in this kind of dark place and in this dark system that's not built to serve you, which is something I can also relate to as a Latina in the United States, how do you find the sun and be this beautiful thing that everyone wants to possess? But how do you stand in your integrity and find the sun? You know? And I think there's something there that I can latch onto and have the character be really, really grounded in something that's like, that's real shit.
Yeah, it's super
you know
deep.
What I'm saying?
It's
and
very
so that's
deep.
where my character comes from, really, for the show. And it's like, yes, also like we're gonna sing down and we're gonna do all these things, but that's the
there's a message
integrity.
in there.
Yeah,
there's a message in there to be felt and understood.
Yeah,
100%. Right. We've spoken about your acting. That's not all that you do, is it? You are, we say, what is it, a Jane of all traits? Something like that. We say a jack of all trades.
I've heard that. I've never heard Jane.
Because we are women, you know. So
I love this.
Jane of all traits.
We love.
It must be. You also recently released a song called Suelta.
I did.
Tell us about your music career as well.
So this is the very beginning of something that I've been terrified of my entire life. Obviously, I've been singing professionally for years, right? But it's always as somebody else. And so I said to myself, like, okay, what would it look like if I actually sang and said something in my own voice? Because it's actually a lot more comfortable for me to play a character because that's what I'm used to.
Claro.
Bueno, y también creo que it's survival. We do that, you know, and we code switch and we do all the things. And I think there's something inherently human about playing a character.
Claro.
You know, you step outside and that's not who you are when you're in your house with like your most trusted people. So I was here in London. I was at Giovanni's in Covent Garden and a lot of wine was happening. And I was with Universal Music. I was with Michelle Anthony. And she had seen me, of course, as Gloria Estefan on Broadway. And she was like, why did you never make a record? And what's crazy is there were opportunities to make music when I first, you know, made my Broadway debut and all of that. But I didn't know who I was. And I was a mess.
That's also a very important message, like knowing who you are and who are you trying to transmit.
Well, and so I had to take some time away. I like deleted socials for like a year.
Healthy.
I went to Amsterdam for like 3 months by myself. I was just like, I had to figure things out. Heartbreak, you know, all the things that happen in your 20s that you're like,
ay, mi amor, los 20.
Exacto. Oh
they
my
take
God.
you through the gutter sometimes.
Sí, exacto. Y yo quería encontrarme a mí, pero no tener como la presión de también siempre dar. You know, because the output when you're in any industry probably, but at least for mine, I can only speak to my experience, like constantly putting something out there for the world to see or judge or whatever.
It's a lot actually.
Yeah.
It is a lot. You got to have a certain resilience.
Yeah.
You have to be very resilient. Because like you said, just putting it out to the world and putting things out to the world can be so scary because nowadays everyone's so opinionated and they're so free with their opinions. They don't mind, you know, being mean. So it is a lot. And like you say, when you're building into yourself, it's not the time to be pouring out. It's like you're pouring into your cup, into yourself.
100%. And I was terrified even to do that because like my anxiety is like, oh, I'm not doing enough. Everyone's judging me, everybody's expecting so much from me, and now I'm not delivering. Like that's my imposter syndrome, and like the voices in my head
the saboteur
are not cute. And so blah blah blah, cut to being here at Giovanni's with Michelle, and I have the vice president of Universal Music Global saying, you should make music. And I was like, well, I do write. I write every single day, which is true. I write every single morning, and I write more in Spanish because that's my first language. And she was like, wait, you should definitely, you know, like, I want you to really explore that. And I was like, well, if she's telling me this, like,
this is a sign from
I
the
guess
universe.
I'll try. Right. And so this song, one of my best friends in college, Justin Ramos, he had composed it. And I remember when I heard the melody, I was sitting in my apartment in LA before Gloria Estefan, before moving to New York. I was like broke and studying music. I studied opera in college. And just like, I know, random.
Can you sing opera?
I mean,
I know, that's so fucking cool.
That's like what I did.
I know.
Well, in my mind,
so
okay, so
cool.
when I moved to LA, I was already signed for acting. And I was like, well, a dancer, like a proper dancer, knows ballet. Yeah. So like maybe to be like a proper musician, I need to study like classical music. And so that's what I did. Again, stubborn. So there I am on the floor. And I'm listening to this music and I was like, oh my God, this sounds like being heartbroken in New York and it's raining. I don't know. I had never lived in New York. I had been heartbroken, but like, you know, I was like a child. So then I, you know, have this conversation here in London. I'm a little bit drunk and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, why not? And so I think there's a space for feelings, especially I think like Latinas, like we're always being asked or pushed to be like really strong. We got our shit together. We got our shit unlocked. Yes, we're hot. Yes, we're this. But what about the soft side?
Yes.
What about like me overthinking in my house? What about me like just genuinely trying to get through it and being a human being, not just an object for somebody to look at and like be, mind you, I'll be the first one on a boat dancing to Bad Bunny.
But see, but
and
don't objectify
I also
me.
go home and have like real feelings.
Yeah.
And so I, started really messing around with like all the poetry that I write. And it felt right for this to be the first one to come out because of that connection to the melody from Justin, and just because I'm at a period of my life. Suelta is kind of both the noun and the verb. Like soltarme, like as in like what am I liberating myself from? All the toxic shit, all of the bad, all of that inner monologue that I was just describing, all of the negativity,
self-talk,
all of the self-talk, all of the like limitations that I don't even realize I'm putting on myself and getting in my own way with.
I feel like you're reading me right now. I'm like, yes.
Like we're gonna leave her.
Yes.
We're gonna leave that, and that's what's gonna free us to then be this new version.
Period.
And so that's kind of what it's about. It's about walking away from the thing or person that is actually keeping you from the next chapter and from elevating and from letting you just be. Because I think I was stuck in a lot of patterns that were kind of keeping me small. And I think that's kind of what the song's about. And so I'm excited to keep
It's a
going.
therapy session.
I know, right?
It's literally a therapy because honestly, I can relate to that so much in the sense of having, we ourselves are we're our biggest worst enemy.
Oh, for sure.
We are our biggest worst enemy. We are the ones that limit ourselves. So it's really refreshing to hear it, someone else saying it like, hey, leave that in the past. Trust yourself, build on yourself, and move forward more powerful.
Yeah.
Ladies,
100.
I hope you're listening out there. And gentlemen too. I mean, we're not
yes,
going to discriminate.
everyone. And it's like, listen, you don't have to judge me.
Yeah.
I'm already doing that.
Yo soy Latina,
100.
tranquila.
Yes. I've had 20 thoughts while you've had one. Trust me.
That's not going to faze me.
Yeah.
I do a lot worse to myself.
I am scarier than you with myself.
So what makes you feel most alive? Theatre, TV, film, or music? I know it's hard to choose one, but what would you say do you feel yourself most in your essence, let's say?
I think right now I have to say theater, just because that's the biggest thing that I'm doing. So like, it's difficult to describe. Whatever makes me feel the most, I always say I compare it to living times 10 or times 100. Okay. Right? And so like there's moments where I just get lost in it. And right now, obviously, when I'm on stage in the theater, I get to just, it's kind of like surrendering to a wave or something. Like you just get taken and you're just like, woo! And it's almost out of body. I do feel that when I sing as myself, though, as well. Like, so I just did a concert. I did like one of the Pizza Express live things at the beginning of June. And I was worried because I wasn't sure that a lot of my like stuff was going to translate. I've never performed in London, so it was a little, I was kind of like testing the waters, being like, all right, like, is this going to hit the way that it does? I know that it hits in New York. I know that it hits in Miami. And it did. And like, it didn't matter that I was singing in Spanish. It didn't matter that I was singing like even the old school Cuban stuff. Like I was doing El Manicero, I was doing Son de la Loma, I was doing,
Ay, qué bonito.
Benny Moré, Celia Cruz, like a ton of stuff, mashups. I was doing DJ Laz. And as soon as I was like, si tú pasas por mi casa y tú ves a mi mujer. And I'm like singing about Hialeah. And no one knew what I was talking about, but they were locked in.
Vibes don't lie, baby girl.
Vibes don't lie. And I was like, yo, what?
That's so cool.
And it was that, I think, unlocked. I was nervous because, like, who does a show within a month of moving to a new country?
Anna does.
But I was like, but I'm actually really glad that I did, because now I know that I don't have to have that fear. And so now for the next one, I can kind of start from where I just started. And I think maybe that's the theme of like everything in my life right now is like we're not starting from scratch. Yes, I'm in a new country. Yes, I don't know
Yeah.
anybody. Like, you are literally both my new friends because I don't know people here other than my cast. But like, I'm building from where I left off. It's not starting over.
No.
And I think that was like a really good realization to have like so quickly because I'm here for a year at least. I mean, who knows? Like, life is crazy.
¿Quién sabe lo que puede pasar? Uno nunca sabe mañana.
Literal, un email hoy me puede cambiar la vida y estoy de repente filmando algo por 6 años y quién sabe.
Qué
Pero
chimba tener una vida así.
ay, sí, es una aventura constante.
Qué rico.
Y yo apaga y vamos, you know? Siempre tengo que tener esa mentalidad porque si no, ¿qué voy a hacer? Estar cerrada en mi cuarto y
no se puede.
con siempre la pregunta de, ¿qué si esto, qué si lo otro? No, ya.
En la vida uno tiene que decir sí.
Yes, exactly.
Y no dejar para mañana lo que se puede hacer hoy. Si se puede hacer hoy, hágalo hoy.
Exacto.
No deja para el otro día.
Exacto. And that's kind of where I'm at.
So can we expect more music from you then?
You can. I'm very excited about it. It's crazy because like everyone's laughing at me in my music world, like my producers and my team. They're like, hi, like, for example, right now there's a contract that hasn't been signed in like a month. Yeah. And I'm like, I know. As soon as I have a day off that I like can get to that email, like the back, you know, things are a little hectic because we just opened a show on the West End.
You know?
Yeah. So it's like the days off, I'm, you know, one of our first days off, it was a bank holiday here and we were in rehearsals for Sinatra. And I went and recorded Suelta. And they were like, you're doing what? Like everyone else in the cast is like, oh, I'm going to go like to brunch and I'm going to like, or I'm going to watch a movie
I'm here
with
to
like
work.
my partner. I know. I'm here like, okay, cool. Yeah, on my day off, I have 2 interviews and I'm recording a single. But it's going to be great.
Yeah.
You know? And so like, I think it's just, I feel really grateful because I'm fulfilling a lot of dreams at the same time. I'm such a musical theater nerd. I've always wanted to be on the West End. Tiene un caché. Es distinto. It's a whole other market. It's a whole other
otro
world.
Mundo.
Yes.
Sí, total.
So like that is its own thing. And it's been on the bucket list forever. So there's that. And then on my downtime, I also get to be exploring with like an incredible team who I am musically. So yes, you can definitely expect more music and I'm really excited about it because it's just terrifying and that's exactly why I'm doing it.
I love that. And I think that's another very important message is like, do what scares you.
Yeah.
Because it will take you out of a comfort zone and you will grow and learn so much about yourself and about life in general.
That part.
I must say, it's very inspiring to see a woman be able to do so many things. Because I find that in so many different industries, women are always told, stick to one thing. It's like, oh no, you're doing too much. No, just do this, just do that. It's like, it's very inspiring to see like, no, uno puede hacer todo lo que uno quiere hacer.
Yeah.
Si uno se dedica,
Yeah.
es disciplinada, uno lo puede lograrlo. And it's very inspiring. I feel like we definitely need more women like you, more representation like that, especially being una Latina también.
Sí.
In the UK, I wouldn't say we have a huge representation. So it's very inspiring to see a Latina badass literally doing it all, and no one can tell you anything different.
Thank you.
We love to see it. I'm very
God.
much here for it.
I mean, listen, I am just thrilled that there's a community out here too, because I was a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
I was a little bit nervous about that. But like, even just this fills my cup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like you just feel it's a whole different thing and you lock in and it's that puzzle piece that you can't deny.
Es muy importante.
It's huge.
Y siendo Latinos, I feel like we are quite a close-knitted community.
Oh, absolutely. And I grew up in a place where, you know, I was born in Atlanta, Georgia. Random.
That's so cool.
I know, right? But then I moved to Miami when I was 5. And growing up in Miami, I mean, we learned like really interesting, a very interesting version of English in school, but en la casa español. Punto.
Igualmente.
Sí.
Aquí en la casa no va a hablar inglés porque aquí no hablamos
It's like
inglés.
the meme of caso cerrado. ¿Qué?
Ningún hello, ningún afternoon.
Yes, exactly. Aquí se habla español. But that's what it is, you know? And like, being raised in that environment and being in a place where we were all like that.
Yeah.
So the majority was Latino, not the minority.
Yeah.
And so growing up in that city, when you ask people, where are you from, regardless of the fact that they were maybe born a couple blocks away in Miami, they're going to say Cuba. They're going to say Venezuela. They're going to say wherever, we take ownership of our countries and our nationalities instead of the States.
Yeah.
Like instead of the US, which is like kind
we're
of tea.
We're very patriotic in that sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's, and I grew up, empanadas, croqueta. Like it's not, it was just ingrained.
Sí.
It wasn't trying to find community. It was, that's what I was raised in. So then when I moved to LA, it became very different because I saw it's also just sociologically very different because LA was Mexico. So like the assimilation patterns for survival were important. My best friend, Crystal, is Mexican. Her parents are from Mexico. Like, but she didn't speak Spanish to the level that I did. Now she does a little bit more, but like she didn't speak Spanish. She spoke like very like enough to maybe order at a restaurant. But defenderse, pero nada, porque ella se crió en un espacio donde ella tenía que aprender inglés y fue súper importante para sus padres que ella hablara inglés más que el español. Mientras que mi vida fue lo opuesto. And so it's just very interesting how like depending on where you're planted is how you're gonna grow, obviously. And so I just find it fascinating that Miami being this like northern Havana, like Latin American city, basically, I never had any arrepentimiento. Never.
Bueno.
Not once, not once, not once. So it's like taking a sip of water when you're dehydrated or like if you've been running or something is what it feels like to like connect with my people out here because that's just what I'm used to.
Claro. Uno se siente en casa. Es como un pedacito de casa fuera de casa. Te sientes como, this is my vibe, this is my people.
Yeah.
No, I definitely get that. I think in London, growing up in London, I'm from West London. So West London, there's not that many Latinos. Latinos are normally South and North. Huge community in South, huge community in North. So it was very much, I didn't feel like I connected with anyone growing up until I maybe went to college and then I met more Latinos and it was like, oh, ok, ya encontré mi gente. Porque uno se siente mucha soledad también. Cuando no siente esa conexión, uno se siente como un poquito perdida. Es como no encajo. Porque no encajo. ¿Qué está pasando? Is it me? And it's like, no, just culturally, there's an understanding.
Yeah,
there's just a mutual understanding and mutual likes that you're like, I'm not an alien.
100%. Y que soy mucho. Algunas veces que soy mucho, que soy demasiado.
Ay, sí.
Y que tengo que disimular y que tengo que ser más, un poco más. No.
Because we're very passionate.
Yeah.
We're extremely passionate. It's like, you're quite emotional, you're quite loud, you're quite this. I'm like, esto es normal.
Exactly.
Like mi mamá hablando en el teléfono con familia. If you don't understand, you think they're arguing.
Right, 100.
No, es una conversación, amor.
Oh my God, I don't think I've ever heard my mom speak at a normal level.
No.
Like she has like, it's 10 and above.
Yeah, literally. And
That's
if you're
it.
whispering, es chisme. ¿Qué pasó?
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
correct.
Something's going on. ¿Qué está pasando? Cuéntate chisme.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we just don't know.
Correct. It's vibrant.
Yeah.
It's vibrant.
We really are.
In the best way. And then add to that being an artist. Add to that being in an industry of a lot of extroverts.
Yes.
So it's just like, I don't know how to be less.
No.
I'm sorry.
It's like, we don't do that.
Yeah.
No. And we're growing up being called like reina, princesa.
Sí.
¿Usted cómo cree que me voy a actuar como less than that? Jamás. Yo no puedo. I don't know how to.
I know. Seriously.
So you've always represented your Cuban and Salvadorian roots. Why do you think it's so important to wave your Latin flags and to like really hone in this Latina energy wherever you go? Why do you think that's important?
I think pride in and of itself is like key. I think that we can't continue to allow shame to be the thing that defines us as a society. I think that people are allowed to be exactly who they are. And I think more and more, and not only for, the Latin community, I think that goes to LGBTQ plus. I think that goes to every kind of however you identify. You know, that is what adds to the tapestry of what the world is. Do not come to me and tell me that diversity is new. Diversity has been here. We just weren't allowed to talk about it because there were systems in place that rewarded certain people over others. So what we need to do, and what we have the privilege of doing as this generation, is to be proud. And is, you know, like going back to my friend, if you weren't taught Spanish, that there's no shame in that. The whole no sabo kid thing, there's no shame in that, because there are very real and very true reasons why historically that was, you know, taught or not taught, being the Spanish language. So it is our responsibility, for those of us who do feel comfortable and confident, and the truth, the honesty of having the pride in our flags and our culture, it is kind of our responsibility to do that, so that then it allows for other people to do the same for whatever theirs might be. You know, and I think pride is contagious. And I think when there are voices in the world saying that we don't belong, or that we shouldn't exist, or that this and that, we can't let those voices win.
Girl. And of a president. And of a president.
Period.
Honestly.
Period. Because
You're
it's
spitting
just
facts. Absolute facts.
It's not cute.
It's not.
It's not
it's
cute.
Really
and
not
the situation
cute.
is kind of dire. And like, you know, it's crazy because being out here, like I'm watching the situations in
the States right now politically is
so it's
crazy.
And watching it from afar is almost like when you're like driving, you see a car crash. And you're like,
like, ¿qué está pasando?
Yes.
And you're like,
and like you can't look away, but it's also like horrible, but you're also like, okay, wait, I really can't look away. Like I might even slow down to look. Yes. And so I think, you know, it only propels me because I can, and because I have the privilege to do so, and because my dad worked his ass off, and because my mom worked her ass off, and because my grandparents worked their asses off. And here I am, a product of all of that. Who am I to not honor them by being loud and by being proud of who I am and who I come from and where I come from?
That's very deep. Honoring them.
100%.
I feel like coming from immigrant parents, you see the struggle. It's not easy. And I a lot of parents, I know a lot of families, they moved very young. You're talking like 18, in your 20s, going to a whole new country. You don't speak the language. It's really, really difficult to do that. And then to be able to build a foundation where your children can, you know, reap what you have sowed. That's like, it's incredible. Not a lot of people could do that.
Absolutely.
And at that age,
I mean,
it's a lot to do.
Dude, when I like have moments like during these last 4 months of being like, oh my God, I'm in a new country. I don't know where I am, blah, blah. It's like, oh my, woe is you. Are you kidding me? Like, don't feel bad for yourself, lady. Like, your dad went when he was 16 years old from El Salvador to Georgia.
16 is
16.
So young.
Not knowing the language, being dark-skinned in the South. Are you kidding me? No. He's everything. He's everything. And then my grandparents, my Cuban grandparents, they had just gotten married when Castro took over and they had to flee. My grandfather had to stay hidden for months in some lady's house.
Esa vida.
Literal, exacto. Y mi abuela sola, que llegó a Miami sin nada y con familia, gracias a Dios. Pero yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like this is what I come from. You think I'm not going to survive whatever you're going to put in front of me?
Period. She's like, do you see where I come from?
It's in my DNA. Yeah. It's in my DNA.
Oh, baby boo, you thought you could defeat me? Yes, you don't know me.
Exactly. So I think that's where the pride has to come from, you know? Like we are a product of so much. And it's like, okay, maybe I am a lot for someone.
But that's fine.
I'm honestly very, very glad.
Yeah, 100%.
I would rather that than be boring.
100%. I've always said if someone says you're too much, then they're too little.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay. We don't match.
No.
Está bien.
Exactly.
Vas a encontrar a alguien que acepta tu poquito y voy a encontrar a alguien que acepte mi todo. Y así va a ser.
Wow,
Sí.
Put that on a hat. I want that.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Yes, I'll buy 6 of them. And I know who I'm giving them to.
Una para ti, el otro para ti.
Monogrammed, bitch. Que la gente está.
Que no lo sabías, te olvidaste un recuerdo. Para que no lo olvidas. What is one thing you would like New York to know about maybe the Latin community in London? Because I know, like, for example, on TikTok, you see a lot of stuff like Americans are like, there are British Latinos.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean there's British Latinos? Like, there's no way there's British Latinos. And it's like, we are here.
Yeah.
We're not as big as a community as the States, but we're here.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly didn't know.
You see, this is what I mean.
So I guess, that's the message in and of itself. New York has to... Aquí estamos.
Sí.
Aquí están.
Ajá.
Y yo I'm coming in like that, like
sí,
friend.
Estamos, sí,
Yes.
estamos aquí juntos.
Exactly. So I'm just glad, honestly.
So when you came, did you think there were going to be Latinos here? I mean, we are everywhere.
Yeah, no, 100%. The diaspora is diaspora-ing. I think I didn't think about it. Because again, I come from it. So I didn't expect it to not be here. I didn't expect to need it so much. Because I'm just used to having it.
Claro.
And that is a lesson on taking it for granted. Because I think, the sense of community and not feeling alone is, that's the game right there.
And it's like human experience.
Exactly.
Like as humans, we like to feel connection.
Yeah.
We really do. We thrive off it, I feel like. When we feel like, I think I always say, like, having a good support system will literally save your life.
Correct.
So having that connection and knowing, okay, no estoy sola en this experience.
Y también no tiene que ser Latino, right? Like the immigrant experience is also shared. Obviously, the Latino then takes it to the next level because then you're like, ooh, like we literally speak the same language. We get it. I think that the immigrant experience is a shared experience regardless. And so I think like it's wild to me that I hadn't thought about it until I got here and realized that I was searching for it.
Sí.
That was the crazy part.
You need to go to South London. You need to go to Elephant and Castle.
You need to tell me give me the list and I will go.
Vamos juntas.
Vamos
juntas. Yo te
juntas.
llevo. 100%.
Y aquí está la invitación.
Ay, sí. Está invitada para todos los parches. Para todos los parches está invitada.
I love it.
Because honestly, Elephant and Castle, I was there yesterday and I was like, is this South London or I'm in like Latin America right now? They had bofles, estaban poniendo salsa en la calle and I'm like, I'm just going to go get my pan de bono y empanadas. I was like... It's needed.
Yeah, it is needed.
Very much needed.
I think I also didn't realize what a gift it was to work in that space. So I've done a lot of characters. This is my first time playing a white character.
Interesting.
So
How do you find it? How are you finding it?
I mean, truth is truth. Storytelling is storytelling. I've always wanted to just be able to be seen as an actress.
Yes.
So like I don't want to be typecast. I don't need to always have a story about, crossing the border or abuela or like my home country. Like I don't always need that. Like just let me I grew up watching, the Grease and The Wizard of Oz and like just like the classic musicals that like, I want an opportunity to play great roles that don't always hinge on being necessarily Latina. And I want to play like I want to have the opportunity for all of it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time I get concerned that people will perceive that like, oh, she's only getting those parts because she's XYZ thing. And so with typecasting, that is what that can feel like. And I'll get scripts that are very clearly written, not by one of us, and trying to perform what it sounds like to be one of us.
That's so interesting.
And I can tell immediately. And my radar goes off and I'm like, I don't want that part. And I've said no to a lot.
So I was going to ask that because we have a British Latin acting community here, quite big actually.
Yeah.
And they speak about that a lot where they might go for roles and it's like, can you put on a stronger Latin accent? Can you maybe act a bit more fiery? It's like playing into these stereotypes.
The fiery.
Have you experienced that?
Girl. My entire career. I moved to LA when I had just turned 18. No, it was the day before I turned 18 when I got signed. And I moved to LA and, This was a couple years ago. So like things were different.
Yeah.
And like you were either in the gang or you were like the voluptuous sex kitten thing. I didn't fit into those two archetypes. So I was always the victim. I was always murdered.
I know.
Because I had victim face.
Mi amor.
Los ojos de Bambi.
Damsel
and it
in
was
distress.
right. And I don't have the body type of the I had to grow into the, now it's hilarious that I play all these like women who it's like the entire script is about how gorgeous she is. But back then when I was 18, I was like, showing up to these auditions and like you'd put on your biggest hoops to try to get the part of the gangbanger.
So interesting.
And they would not buy it because es que no tengo pinta
Es eso.
de lo que ellos piensan es latina. Y porque soy educada y porque lo que sea. Like all of their perceptions of what we are and what we aren't.
You throw it out the window for them.
Correct. They would break their brains. They're like, we don't know where to organize her. We don't know where to organize her. And I constantly felt that until the part of Gloria Estefan. Because Gloria shattered so many of those perceptions in her actual trajectory. And so there I was, they were doing this worldwide search and it was my first Broadway audition and I get the part. And I had 2 weeks to move from LA to New York. And my face was all over New York City. And it was like the billboards and the Times Square and the airport and the trains, everything. And it was like, on your feet. And it was my face everywhere as Gloria. And learning through her story the way that we were perceived. And the best line in the entire musical, which wasn't my line, but it was Emilio's line, is "This is what an American looks like." And it was a really powerful moment in the show. And every single time we did it, there was a standing ovation and cheering at that line because of what it signifies in terms of like what they had to go through to prove themselves in systems that didn't believe that we were enough of anything. And in the Selena movie, it's also talked about when the father character tells Selena, you have to be more Mexican than the Mexicans and more American than the gringos. And it's this constant state of like proving. And so for me, I've lived that. Right? And then I've had so many opportunities because of specifically On Your Feet and because of Gloria Estefan that so many more doors have been open to me. And so I have been able to be picky about the way that I show up and not wanting to do a performance of brown face for people because I do think it is taking steps backwards in the way that we are perceived. And then you think about what's happening right now. Politically, and you think about the perception of Latinos, and like what I always want to do is drive that forward, and with integrity. And I love, when I did the Castro's Daughter, which is going to come out and is about Alina Fernandez, which is Fidel Castro's daughter, I did have an accent because she does have an accent. And she was on set with me, so I was studying from the actual woman.
That is so cool. It was
incredible. Talk about a badass. She's everything.
That is so
And so
cool.
I was learning from the source, right? Yeah. So I'm not saying don't give me an accent. I'm saying when it's
appropriate,
plot. And when it's just because you want me to have a little flair for you when it's irrelevant to the story or it makes the character look less educated or less intelligent. I don't need to do that, and I've had directors be like, well, how would a Latina do that? I'm like, exactly the way I do it. Any way that I do it. Any way that I do it, any way that I say it, any way that I sit, any way that I do my hair is how a Latina would do it. Yeah. I remember getting here and, they do like photos in rehearsals. Yeah. And you're as yourself, obviously, but you're rehearsing the show. And it was like, okay, it's my first West End. It's my West End debut. It's Sinatra. It's a huge commercial IP. It's huge producers. It's a major, major milestone for me. And they're going to come and do these photos. What earrings do I wear? Do I put on little diamonds? be a little more like that? Or do I leave my day-to-day hoops that I wear that are small, that are chill, whatever, but like, and I changed my earrings like 4 times before leaving the house because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And when the pictures finally came out, and Craig, these pictures were amazing. And a lot of them were profile because a lot of the time I'm talking with Frank and like in love scenes with Frank. So I'm profile and the earrings are going to be highlighted, right? And I was wearing like a band around my head, like a headband. Mm-hmm. And I remember my mom texting me being like, I'm so proud of you. And I was like, thank you. Oh my God, the show, blah, blah, whatever. The West End, Dreams, musical theater, yeah. And she's like, no, I am proud of you because you wore your earrings. Because you didn't change your earrings to appear a certain type of way. Because you just...
Stay true to yourself.
Right. And mind you, in the show, I'm obviously in pearls and like todo super elegante, whatever. But it's a tiny thing.
Small details go a long way.
That you would never think unless you're in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay. It's those little moments of ownership, I think, that are subtle. And it doesn't have to be talked about. I mean, now it is because we're on a podcast about it. But it's just authenticity. Authenticity is, you can't fake what's real. Gloria always said that to me. You can't fake what's real.
Yeah.
And I think I've grown into being able to step into spaces no matter what, authentically, in a way that I couldn't before, or that I was too afraid to before because I wanted to be whatever the people wanted.
Of course, when you're starting out, it's like you'll take any opportunity that it comes and you want to be able to do things. So sometimes we do put ourselves in a box to get it.
Yeah.
But then I guess the importance is once you are in these spaces, it's like, I'm here now, let me stay true and let me bring it to the table.
Exactly. It's like, I already got the part. I wore the diamonds for the audition.
Yeah. But now that we're here, this is the real me. Hey, guys.
Exactly. And then on stage I'm giving
of course.
Ava. And then, but as soon as, I come out the stage door and people don't even recognize me because I'm in like my bandanas or like a Yankee hat or whatever. Like, I love me.
Like, it's like, this is who I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. Right. Now, I'm going to ask you some cool questions. They're going to be some spicy, some fun.
I'm nervous.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do a little ping pong one. Okay? Would you rather sing every conversation or dance every conversation?
Sing every conversation, period. I think I do. My sister would be like, girl, stop. Yes.
Never perform again or never travel again?
Never travel again.
Ooh, she said, I'm a performer till I die.
Well, because when I perform, it's almost like I'm traveling. Like, I can be anywhere in my brain.
Look at you. She found loophole.
Exactly.
Only perform musicals or only release music?
Oof. Only perform musicals.
Mm.
But I want one in a movie. ¿Viste?
See, you say sus loopholes. Es de, mami, a mí usted no puede engañar.
Movie musical.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yo encontrar lo que yo quiero.
Exacto.
New York or Miami? I know.
Miami. Miami, and you can go by boat to New York.
Sí, yo, ella siempre fan de loophole.
You come back.
Yeah, literally. She's like, I have a solution. Don't worry.
Yes.
Heels or
also,
trainers?
everybody in New York now is in Miami. Or everybody from New York now is in Miami. Miami's become,
She's like, they're basically one.
Yeah. There should be a little tunnel just for me. But yes, I would pick Miami.
Heels or trainers?
Trainers. 100%. Not me putting insoles into my Bad Bunny Adidas today, like una señora.
That. Not, mi amor, comfort all the way. Yo, a mí me gusta ver bonita, pero también tengo que estar cómoda.
Oh my God,
no voy a estar bonita y incómoda porque then I'll be in a bad mood.
Y eso nadie lo quiere.
No, nadie me va a aguantar. Me van a, ay, está tan mal. Yes, I'm in a bad mood.
Exacto.
Yes.
Pero hace 10 años, I would have said stilettos.
Ay, ¿para qué? Uy, esteleo encima de eso, mami. Said not any type of heels. Let's get the big girls out. Spanish or English?
For what?
Lo que sea. Would you prefer? How can you express yourself? Okay.
Spanish.
Broadway or West End?
Well, I just got here, so I don't know enough about the West End. So I'm gonna say Broadway.
For now.
For now.
For now.
But for this year, West End.
So I'm going to play it smart.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like...
Text or voice note? What do you prefer?
Text. A lot of times I read the voice notes.
Yo también.
¿Viste?
Yo también. Es que
Me
yo
encanta.
soy-
Like, send me a podcast, girl. I want the
Sí.
2-minute detail of what happened when you went to
Cuéntame
get coffee
todo.
this morning. Pero lo voy a leer.
Sí, yo también.
Y también, como siempre, tengo que estar on vocal rest.
I'm not going to voice note
Sí.
back.
And my little fire fingers.
Yeah.
Like
Ay,
an
mi
elf.
amor.
Yes. Yes.
Literally.
Oof, these thumbs.
And I'll be honest, I would much rather you just type to me. Voice notes. Or if I'm listening to a voice note, it's in 1.5 or 2. I listen to that baby like...
Really?
Sí. Like, I'm listening into just normal mode y me estresa. I'm like, termina
Oh my God, that's
ya,
hilarious. No, I
termina
listen to
ya.
it like if it's music.
I have
But
literally...
yeah, it depends on the situation. But
También.
I like to receive a voice note. I like to send a text.
Hear it.
Okay.
Hear it. Summer or winter?
I'm gonna say summer. I'm gonna take
I'm a
it back
summer
to that
baby.
boat on Miami. Mentally,
Sí.
I'm
Ay,
always
qué
there.
rico, mi amor,
Mentally,
me
I'm always there. Yeah.
Cuban food or Salvadorian food?
Why are you?
Why are you doing
Okay,
this to
I'm gonna
me?
say Cuban food.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Cuban food because I'm gonna say plátanos maduros. That's my kryptonite.
You cannot go wrong.
I have not had a sweet plantain since I got here.
No, mi amor, te tengo a sacar a comer.
No,
¿Cómo así que no?
Please.
No. Vamos a ir a comer en uno de estos días entonces. Because we can't let that happen,
It's
baby
bad.
girl.
It's bad.
Plátano maduro no se puede negar.
Sí, literal.
No se puede negar.
Oh my God. Arroz, frijoles, todo.
What do you prefer in a guy or a partner? Rich or funny?
Funny.
She said, fuck the money.
Obviously. Hello. Also, I'm fine.
Baby boy, I'm good. I'm good, baby boy. Don't you worry.
Thankfully, we're not looking for that.
I love that.
Yeah.
She said, I got my
She likes
own.
to make her own money.
I don't need yours, thank you. Older or younger?
See, okay. Here's the thing. On both extremes, they're so excited about whichever, like, okay, so if they're younger, you're like teaching.
Yes.
There's a lot, and they're like, oh my God, like you're like on this pedestal in this way. And then if they're older, same in a way.
Yes.
Because then like you're keeping them young and like you're the fun thing in their life and like you're the reason they're cool now.
Yes.
And like, and it's still a pedestal, but if I had to choose of the two, I would say older.
Yo también, como mujer, I would find it difficult.
I'm not raising anyone's son.
Mi amor.
Or daughter. I'm not raising anyone.
Yeah, like, o sea,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's nice to teach, pero mi amor, también me gusta que ya sabes todo.
No, sí, enséñame algo.
Sí, enséñame tú mejor. Literally. British accent or American accent?
This is a hard one because I grew up watching so many movies that like romanticized the British accent.
Yes.
Of the two, British accent.
Okay.
But Spanish accent.
We see.
Ugh.
You can't beat that.
Roll your
Mi
R's.
amor. Sí.
Roll your R's.
Come
Do not
on.
come to me and not know how to roll your R's.
Deme sazón
Sí.
o chao pescado. No, thank you.
Exacto.
Ooh, make the first move or wait to be approached?
Make the first move.
Ay, mi amor, me encanta. She's like, yo no espero, mi amor. Vamos. Very good. Coffee date or cocktail date? For like different dates, we'll have different outcomes.
Yeah, I know. This is hectic. I need so many more details. I'm gonna say cocktail date.
Okay. Saucy.
Mm-hmm.
Bad boy energy or golden retriever energy?
Bad boy energy on the outside that then is a golden retriever with me.
Eso
Obvious.
es lo que queremos todos.
Obviously.
Para el
Obviously.
mundo, que sea un malo, pero
Yeah.
conmigo.
Yes. I want people to be a little aesthetically, I
Sí.
think the bad boy thing is very attractive.
También.
And then it's just like, oh my God. And then when you're like a good human being, then it's like,
You're
unicorn.
10 times hotter.
Unicorn.
Literally.
Exactly correct.
I love that, you unicorn.
Yes.
Slow burner or love at first sight?
Slow burner.
Can't
100%.
rush into these things.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
100%. For everything.
Cierto?
Sí. And mind you, I'm very impulsive. I'm very, very, very impulsive.
What's your star sign? So
Gemini.
random. I'm
Gemini.
Aquarius. I get along with the
look
Geminis.
at us. A match made in heaven.
Paqueria.
Ah.
Air sign, ¿no?
Yeah.
Yo también. See you. Period. Right. Spicy questions.
Oh, God.
Biggest red flag that you've ever ignored?
Biggest red flag that I've ever ignored. Traveling with someone who only wants to eat at like Michelin star restaurants. Like that type of like egoísta energy,
Sí.
like rich kid energy.
Ay, no, mi amor. Vamos
Spare
a ser
me.
humildes también.
Spare me. Well, also just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when that navigates like the Instagram culture. Like, I don't want to go somewhere because I
Fez.
want to tell people that I went there. Let's get lost and find a place.
Sí, vamos a comer algo rico.
Yeah. And also just like,
Let's be.
yeah, less pretense.
Biggest dating ick?
Being rude to a waiter.
Uy, that's so telling of a person. Yo miro
if
mucho esas cosas como trata a los demás.
That, for me, how you
Yeah.
treat the waiters, how you treat the valet,
Uh-huh.
all of that. Do not come to me with energy that
Literally.
is above.
And I feel like as Latinos, we're very much brought up that way. Like, usted trata
Yeah. Everybody the
the
same.
cleaner the same as the
100%.
boss.
I'm probably hanging out with the cleaner.
100%. I respect the cleaner more than I respect the big boss.
100%.
Let's
Sometimes
be
on
honest.
set, on movie sets, I'll be like friends with the crew because sometimes the actors son insoportables.
No, me imagino.
Sí.
Me imagino.
Not always.
A veces. Have you ever fallen in love with someone's potential instead of who they actually were?
Oh, yes. Are you kidding? I feel like that was like my whole, I don't even know. That was my problem in life, I would say. Because I'd be like, oh, wait, I know what this could be. Como artista, siempre veo algo y digo, I can make this into something better. Or I can set this up the way that I want it to be. And that doesn't work with people.
I was literally talking about this with one of my girls yesterday, and it's like, I don't know if it's being Latinas or being women, we're naturally empathetic, and it's like, oh, he's doing this probably because, and we find reasoning to their behaviors, and it's like, I was telling her, we need to stop doing that.
Yeah.
Just allow people to show up as they are and take it for what they are.
Yes.
En vez de decir, ay, qué pecado, tuvo una infancia muy difícil.
Right. I will justify, rationalize all of the behaviors. And it's like, no. When someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Honestly, I'm working on that one myself.
Yeah. That's a I think I've finally graduated to that level. I definitely graduated to that level now.
I'm not retaking that test.
Yeah, no. No, para atrás ni para coger impulso.
No, exacto. No mirar para atrás porque da miedo.
Yes,
literally.
Correct. For real.
What's one lesson heartbreak has taught you?
A lesson heartbreak has taught me is that there's always the next opportunity. There's always a next thing. Like that no me voy a ahogar en este vaso de agua. Because I used to. Oh my God. And it's like, no, like everything was the biggest drama. Everything was the end of the world, the end of my life, the end of it all.
Todo in its eternity.
Todo. And in the movie version of my life, which is constantly playing in my head, it's just the, black and white running through the airport, all of it. And yeah, no, you're going to be fine.
So it's okay tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you believe in soulmates?
I do. And I think that like with friends, with characters, with partners, like I do 100% believe in soulmates. Because some stuff is just not explicable.
You can't explain it.
No.
I definitely agree. Would you date someone who can't dance?
No.
Yo también.
No, that's the easiest no.
Yo tampoco.
No.
You telling me we're going out to salsa or something like that. ¿Y usted está ahí sentado?
No. El ritmo.
No.
O sea.
Tienes que estar preparado a verme bailar con otra gente y no puedes estar celoso si usted no va a bailar.
No, pero eso también tiene que ver con la seguridad de la persona.
Sí, también. Sí,
porque,
sí.
again, I'm not here to raise anybody's son.
No, mi amor, lo siento. A mí me gusta bailar como buena latina.
100%.
Si está sentado, váyase para la casa.
No,
mejor.
and how beautiful. And if you want to watch, you can watch. But like,
También.
It's also a different thing. It's also, I think, I remember, so when I first moved to LA, again, I was a child.
Uh-huh.
And I lived all the way in West LA because I went to school in Marina. I went to LMU. And I would drive for auditions and everything to Hollywood. And the traffic is so bad that I would not want to drive all the way back to the west side
Normal.
until like after the traffic would die down. So I found this Cuban restaurant called Floridita on Fountain and Vine in the middle of Hollywood in a strip mall. Incredible food, incredible staff, but also on weekends and on Monday nights, it would like be a club with live music, live salsa band, and they would move all the tables. And I would go in like leggings and like because I was sweating like if I was running.
Yeah.
You know, because you're there to dance. It's not to be cute.
No.
It's not. It's a night out, but it was like you're.
Mi amor, salsa es cardio.
Ajá.
Yo digo que salsa es una canción 6 minutos y uno no para.
No.
Uno está ahí, tácate,
y bailando con la gente diferente.
Ajá.
Los señores que vienen y te piden la mano and whatever. And it's not a romantic thing always. It's usually not. It's a social dancing thing. It's like I want to dance with this 70-year-old man.
And it's
it has
platonic.
Nothing to do.
Like,
yes.
I feel like
and it's
people
fun.
find it hard to understand that.
Yeah.
You know? If they're not from the culture, they'll be like, oh, so you're just dancing. I'm not dancing with random guys. It's not
Yeah,
like that.
it's not.
We're just dancing, but not like that.
It's the best. It's the best. And every single Monday I would go.
I love that.
And mind you, I had like $10 in my bank account, and those $10 went to the mojito. So that, and I would be there, and I would be dancing, whatever, and I would just, and then I would drive home. But it was, that was my whole entire. I lived 7 years in LA, and I think maybe I missed 3 Mondays.
Wow.
Yeah, that
So
was
it
like
was
my
good
thing.
then.
Oh, it was amazing because the Friday nights and Saturday nights were more touristy, and it was like more, you know, obviously it's a weekend, so
Claro.
more people. Mondays was like locals.
El que sabe, sabe.
Ajá. Y la comunidad.
Ajá.
La comunidad latina. And you'd be in there and it was like the Dodgers, J-Lo, but we're all like chill. No one cares.
Love this.
And you're there for the music and you're there to eat and you're talking and you're screaming. And I would have no voice. I'd be there in opera class the next morning and I'm like, can barely see, can definitely not sing, but I had a great night. You know?
Eso es lo que vale.
That was college.
Eso es lo más importante. All right, last segment. Red flag or deal breaker?
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't reply for 24 hours.
Deal breaker.
Still friends with their ex.
Red flag.
Doesn't like dogs.
Deal breaker.
Doesn't like cats.
Red flag, but I think a lot of people say they don't like cats and they actually just have never like
Yeah.
experienced a cat.
Well, we've touched base on this. Doesn't dance.
Deal breaker / red flag if they are teachable.
Okay.
Okay.
Sí, si no hay ritmo,
Exacto.
bailas.
That's the thing.
There's no saving
No
that.
rhythm. Deal breaker.
Breaker.
Can't dance.
We can work
There's
with it.
room,
Yeah.
maybe, but you know, it's on the cusp.
Sí.
Let's see.
Doesn't tip. I know tipping's very big in America.
Oh, deal breaker.
Doesn't like Latin music.
Deal breaker. Are you
Can't-
kidding me?
Yeah, like, que vamos a escuchar. You're telling me I'm listening to salsa and I'm feeling it in my veins and you're just there like,
Yeah, no.
No.
That's
can't cook.
red flag.
Always late.
Red flag.
Doesn't like to travel.
Deal breaker.
Doesn't watch musicals.
Again, can be taught. Maybe they haven't watched the right one.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they haven't seen the right people in them. It's exposure, you know? Like maybe
También.
you weren't raised in ese elemento.
Venga,
Allow me to open your mind.
Yes.
Allow me to show you why musicals are really freaking cool. Allow me to educate you on like the importance of a key change and what Les Mis is. And I don't know, like I can do that.
For the right
I'm okay to
person.
do that. I'm going to say red flag / like kind of exciting opportunity.
Love it. She's like, I'm going to teach you something new.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to change your life, actually.
Always says, I'm just a bad texter.
Deal breaker.
Agreed. Sleeps with the TV on.
I don't like TVs in the room. It's
Mm.
bad feng shui.
Oh my gosh, my mom would love you. My mom is very big on feng shui.
It's not good.
Rato viene.
The bedroom
No.
is for very specific
Sí.
activities, and TV should not be one of them.
So mirrors in the room or no?
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
In front of the bed or not in front of the bed?
I'm okay with it.
Okay. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys need to get onto Feng Shui if you haven't already. It really does make a good shift.
This is telling a lot about me actually right now. But yeah.
Lovely. Well, I have enjoyed getting to know you so much. I feel really inspired.
Thank you.
Really grateful to have you here. And I know people watching, if you're a woman, if you're Latina, you're going to feel even more inspired because, like I said, you don't get a lot of representation in the industry. And to be able to get to know you, get to know Anna, has been a real privilege. So
Gracias, mi amor, gracias. Estoy como, this could have easily been like just us talking over
literal,
dinner.
O sea,
which I'm excited for.
There's no even
but
cameras
yeah,
here.
no, amazing. Thank you so much for having me.
It's been my pleasure. And is there anything you'd like to let the people know? Where can they follow you? How do they stay up to date? What have you got coming? Cuenta la gente.
I mean, right now, come see Sinatra on the West End if you're in London. We are at the Aldwych Theatre until April 10th, 2027.
Okay. Busy and blessed.
And yeah, I'm on all the social things. I mean, not Twitter anymore. Who does that? But Instagram. I've started doing TikTok. I forget TikTok exists and then I remember. But yeah, it's fun. It's
and
exciting.
your @ is just your name on Instagram.
Ana Villafañe official. Yes.
Ya sabes que tienes que hacer entonces. Make sure you are following and you don't miss out on this hot mamacita. Being a baddie in the West End in London, what do you know about that? A Latina in the West End, may I add? That's a big thing. So
Lo amo. Estoy súper agradecida y súper orgullosa and I can't wait for you to come see it.
Sí. Latina stand up. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see you continue to shine.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. So you guys know what to do. Make sure you follow Alto. Make sure you subscribe. And like I said, make sure you're following this baddie.
Yo le gusto desde que me fui viral. Le doy chorro pa' que suba la moral. Le di un adelanto y no ha querido firmar. Se le ve que va a caer. Se le ve que le guste. La faldita corta el panty se le ve.